Greetings, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is the day that Mars rules, and Mars is in Virgo. Had to think about it. It's like, where is Mars? It's so interesting that Mars has been in Virgo for probably a couple of weeks, and I am a Virgo, and I have just not been connected to Mars in Virgo at all. Because Uranus has conjuncted my moon in Gemini. Uranus moved into Gemini yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday. And it's conjunct my moon now. And I almost don't know who I am. It's so interesting. I don't know if you guys, Uranus is Aquarius. It rules Aquarius. So it's really about freedom and rebellion and, freedom, rebellion, like being authentic. It's Uranus is to be, like out of the box. It's the future. It's technology. It's this very, analytical mind kind of energy that is about being unique. And Uranus will be in Gemini for 8 years. And people, if you go listen, people are talking about, every time Uranus is in Gemini, there's a revolution. But I don't actually, we're having a revolution, and the revolution is always internal. The revolution is inside of yourself. This stuff that we do out here in the external world is an illusion, like fighting against one another, fighting over territories and things like that, because the reality is that you're going to die and leave here, and so you're not going to take anything with you. And attempting to own things, like everything is in a cycle. So understanding the cycles is helpful to me because it helps me realize what's the best place to put my energy. And it's never external. The best place whenever I go in, what's the best place to put my energy? It's never external. And that is the trick of this reality. The illusion is that we are separate from one another, that there is actually something outside in the actual world that's real. What we experience in the external world is what we have created from inside of us. And so, but most of us, because of the time that we're living in, coming out of the Kali Yuga, the Dark Ages, we have been conditioned to focus on the external and to ignore the internal, to even deny it. And everything is internal. You cannot be a creator you have to source it from inside of yourself. And my experience and what I've been learning is that, oh boy, have I not been listening to myself? Have I been overriding myself? Have I been even afraid to be, true to who I really am? And because all of us are conditioned. All of this shit is made up. Every fucking thing is made up. Like, it blows my mind. All of this shit is somebody's rules. Somebody created it. And we're playing their game. Somebody created America. We're playing their game. Somebody created Christianity. We're playing their game. Somebody created these things and said they were the law and said they were, and none of it is true. It's all fucking made up. It's powerful stuff to get in your head. It's like, wow. So, we are in Cancer season. Every Cancer season, last Cancer season, I was in Bali, where a deep ancestral wound revealed itself to me, which totally fucked me up. Totally fucked me up. Like, I saw something that I had not been willing to see or available to see, or maybe I wasn't capable. I don't know. But I saw a shadow, and I saw this family pattern. I saw a shadow in me of kind of going along to get along, giving people power in my life when they don't deserve it. And putting myself in spaces that are not necessarily, what I want to say, that are not necessarily safe for me, and making other people responsible for what I do and how I show up. And so I saw that shadow, and I have been, since Bali, since I've been there a year ago, working to heal these trends in me, shall I say. And gosh, and it's simple things that I've overlooked, like not asking questions. Oh, why are we doing this? What is this for? How come? Why? Da-da-da. Like, I have had a tendency to just be like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Okay. And just go along with it. Not even understanding, like, well, what is this for? And what are you participating in? Like really becoming the authority over myself and having the courage to ask questions, to push back, to take up space. It's something that I have not been conditioned to do. Like, just how I grew up. I grew up in a way that it was like, okay, let's just make everybody happy. Let's just make everybody happy. It's so interesting. I was listening to this video yesterday with Carl Jung talking about the narcissist empath relationship. And I don't really have a whole thing. I don't care about that. But I do know that everything here in this reality, everything has its opposite. So the narcissist's opposite is the empath, and the empath's opposite is the narcissist. And the empath is someone who is an overgiver, someone who doesn't have any boundaries, someone who is just sort of like innocent and happy-go-lucky. And then the narcissist is someone who takes all the time. Like they mirror one another. They are a mirroring experience of one another. And you can't have one without the other. And I have been a person who is highly empathic, who has been conditioned to give my tools and gifts over because I want people to feel good, or because I want to be safe. Like, oh, if I help this person, I'll be safe with them. Me helping them will endear me to them, and then they will prioritize me. Never works. Has never worked. And learning to clean up those behaviors has been like, I fucking hate it. Like, this shit has been so hard. And I don't want to say it that too much, because I'm also very grateful. I'm so grateful that I have had the willingness. I've sourced tools, people that are supporting me, and my own desire to show up for myself on a regular basis to heal, transmute, alchemize the experiences or the inner world or the trauma that I was born into. And we are in Cancer season. So this season for me has been really challenging, because it's like I made that post saying I feel like I've been sitting with ghosts. When I tell you I have been sitting with ghosts, I have been sitting with ghosts. And I mean that, in what it looks like is, like, I've been having these memories of, like, yesterday I remembered my father, Cancer season. My father had 2 children who were older than me. And he had them when he was like 16 or 17 years old. And the woman that he had them with, the girl that he had them with, who was also 16 or 17 years old, he was abusive to her. So she packed up her kids. She's like 18, because she had 2 kids. She's like 18, and leaves Los Angeles and goes to New York. And my father never saw his children again. He died when he was 36 years old. And I spent all of my life listening to my father talk about his 2 phantom children, his 2 boys who they were in New York and he was going to go find them and blah, 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 blah. And oh my God, he was so devastated that she took him. Now, mind you, I had never seen these boys at all. But I also was like, nigga, I'm here. What you doing? Why you gotta go get them? I'm here, right? So it's like I took on his fantasy, his neglect, and we're born on the same day. So I really embodied that stuff. And now, so when I say I have ghosts coming, I'm like, all the unfinished things, the unfinished ties are showing up in Cancer season. And I'm doing my best to be with it. Like right now I'm getting ready to go to the spa so my nervous system can calm down, because my nervous system is running hot right now. So I've that memory, like memories of with my father. I had an experience not so long ago where I was on the table getting some body work done by somebody who's quite a psychic or seer. And she said to me, "Who is Robert?" And I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "An older man." And she's like, "Oh, he's coming through." And who that was my former best friend's father was coming through while I was on the table. And I was just like, that is so interesting, because when he was alive, he was a serious Christian, y'all. Like the kind of Christian who would invite the Jehovah's Witnesses in to his house on Saturday, and they would be trying to figure out how they're going to get out. They're like, oh, we should, they would invite them. They're like, sure, come in and have a conversation. By the time they realized what they were in, they were in the lost place because he had them in their house. He was proselytizing and talking about Jesus and comparing and all that sort of stuff. He was that kind of Christian. Or the kind of Christian who, like, he had a severe case of diabetes and had to get his leg amputated. And when the doctors are trying to find out what's going on, he wants to ask the doctors, are you guys born again Christians? Have y'all accepted Jesus as your saviors? So this is who he was in his life. And I was a part of their family from the time that I was like 12 or 13 until I was a very grown woman. And when he died, she and I were no longer friends. Our friendship split when he was dying. And I remember saying to myself, I can't go into this place with her. Like she was going to be losing her first parent. And I had lost both my parents already. And I just was at a place in my life that was really tender. COVID was happening. And I just didn't have the energy to take on somebody else's stuff, and decided not to do it. And our friendship ended, which was coming anyway. It wasn't, our friendship didn't just end there. It was already on the way to ending. That just catapulted it into its completion. And so I wasn't there for his death at all. And then he shows up while I'm on the table. And I was like, wow, like here, he shows up to me because I'm the person who can hear. I'm the person who will take the message, because he raised people to be shut down. He raised people to be unavailable to the spirit realm, because that was that was the devil. But now that you're on the other side, your motherfucking ass is coming up to me, who you thought was a sinner. And I really love the humor in it all, because I know that, like I said, all this stuff on this side is made up. Christianity is made up. The government all this shit is made up. None of it is true. So people get to the other side and are like, oh, this is what happened. It's a very different experience. And so now he's coming back, but he has to come back through me. The one that he was a loving man. Don't get me wrong. He was a loving man. He really was a loving man. And he just had a lot of issues around power and control and religion. But that didn't take away the fact that he was loving. And so, that has been my Cancer season. Like, I literally feel like my life is on review right now. And it is interesting. It's interesting. So the moon today is in Sagittarius. which is in Sagittarius, which is about faith, and the sun is in Cancer. And so it's like this energy is like an enduring energy. What's my rising sign? My rising sign is Pisces. I'm a Pisces rising with a Gemini moon and a Virgo stellium, 6th house. So, but my point is that this energy right now that we're in is very intense, and the thing to do is to self-care. You must care for yourself right now. Like, do the work to get out of your head, let go of your story about things, right? So I'm having these experiences that feel deeply ancestral, like visitations. I feel very connected to the unseen realm right now, and I'm just with it. I am with it. I'm coming to the spa today. I'm going to sit in the cold and hot water and literally nurture myself, because the level of intensity that I feel coming through is like, okay, I need to make space for this. And my mind wants to go into old stories. My mind wants to, oh, what about this? And I'm like, we're not doing any of that anymore. Not with Uranus on top of my moon. Like, I need to control my thoughts. I need to dominate my mind, and in a loving way. Like, here, we're going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do these low conversations, these conversations that are based in separation or in the illusion, you know what I mean? The illusion of the government, the illusion of these false realities that we have co-signed into and said yes to. Like, I'm inviting myself to really outgrow the perspectives that I have held that kept me lock, stock, and aligned with this old reality. And I'm gonna say I'm having some luck. I'm having some luck. It's starting. Like, I'm not having the anxiety that I have typically had, because I work with lemon balm. I work with lemon balm. I work with what's the other herb that I work with? I work with herbs to soothe my nerves. Choosing my thoughts or more consciously has also been a big, yes, it's such a big deal. When is your what's your rising sign? Your rising sun and moon. So, like, being very deliberate about my mind, taking the herbs that help me, self-care, self-nurturing, because with Cancer season here, we are undoing or reordering or reorganizing at the deepest levels of ourselves. The deepest beliefs, the patterns that were formed when you were a child, the patterns that took root when you were 2 and 3 years old. That's what this is. And we don't have egoic memory of that time, but your body does. Your body remembers everything. Your body remembers if your mother was present. Your body remembers if your father was present. Your body remembers if anybody touched you or molested you or did anything inappropriate or what they said. Your body remembers fucking everything. And the body will keep you locked in position until you address the stuff that's going on inside of you. You cannot move forward without transmuting those energies, ancestral or otherwise, that are held, stored in your body. It's just how it is. And so, if, for me, like, I'm like, where are my blockages? And my blockages show up in my flow around money. And because when money comes, in my experience, I get very externally focused. I get busy eating, shopping, out and about. I leave my internal experience and go into this external world. And I am deliberately, intentionally shifting that so that I am more present in my internal world than I am in my external world. Gemini moon as well. Just finished 7-day silent retreat. Ancestors so present and clear. Woo, yes. Did you just finish a 7-day ancestor? So, girl, that is so good. I haven't been on, I've been being more silent as well. It's really something. So with that, the moon, like I said, is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about faith, trust. And so wherever you are, like doing the work to trust the process, like I said, I take the herbs. I'm going to go to the spa. Like I'm doing what I need to do in order to honor myself. So with that, you all, Mercury retrograde starts soon. Please go pick up the Mercury retrograde workbook. It is a support to this experience. Mercury is retrograde in Leo, which is the inner child. It is your voice, your creative self-expression. It is that energy that got formed in your childhood or misinformed in your childhood. I know that my creative self-expression got totally denied because I grew up in a Christian family where I was taught, conditioned to give my power outside of myself, to believe that I needed somebody outside of me to save me, to believe that I needed, a man to protect me. Those are narratives that are associated with false realities. Those are narratives that are associated with false realities. All these battles, all this shit is made up. It's all a big Disneyland. These rules are to keep the thing in support. So I am working to reclaim my self. And the Mercury retrograde workbook is a way to do that. It is a map through your own subconscious experience that will allow you to reprogram. It's literally, the Mercury retrograde is a portal. It is a portal if you use it as a portal. And it is a portal that will get you from one dimension to the next within yourself more quickly. Or the retrogrades are here to really help us. They really are here to help us. And they do help when we use them correctly. Also, Saturn is about to go into retrograde in the next week or so, and I have a workbook for that. If you want to see that, you can send me a private message because I don't have a link for it yet in my link tree, but the Saturn workbook as well. So I have 3 workbooks right now. I have the Honey Path, which is about Venus and self-love practices through the houses. All these workbooks are extensive, just so you know, right? Like the work that I do is extensive. It is a commitment, okay? It is a devotion. It is not a one-time hit and miss, right? But it is a devotion. And so if you are committed to your own transformation, then these tools will support you. But if you are not committed, then you should it's okay. That's okay. So the Saturn workbook is called Saturn's Mirror, facing yourself with discipline, facing yourself with karma, and facing yourself with authority. How do you work with these areas of your life? Having your own personal authority, being responsible for your karmic footprint, and understanding your karma, and then your authority. So your karma, your authority, and there are 3 of them. You know what I'm talking about. So these workbooks are here to support us in making the transformation, taking a leap from where we are to the next place. It literally is like a shortcut is what it is. It's a shortcut. If you do the retrograde, if you use the retrogrades, they are a shortcut because the energy is very potent when those planets are turned retrograde. So you have more power to actually transform an issue than you would if the planet was going forward. And so that's why I love these retrogrades. You just think, right? Like I grew up in a family that was unreal, like prostitute mama, daddy, who was like all this kind of stuff, gun violence, drug. I just grew up and because I've had tools that really work, I'm not saying that, like, I am very conscious. Like, I'm not I'm not caught up in that experience. I've been able to literally navigate my experience and make sense of it and make medicine out of it. And that's what these workbooks are. They are medicine to help us leap forward. They are the medicine that I have to offer to help us leap from one way of being into another through our own consciousness. All right, you all. Peace and blessings. I love y'all so very much. Use this energy wisely. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.